Thank you for attending the Week of Kindness. Coming up next is another powerful, impactful, amazing speaker. Get your notepad out, get your pen. Let's get ready and enjoy.
Hey everyone, welcome. And boy, do I have a surprise for you. You know, we've had some incredible speakers. We're about to have more incredible speakers. But one of my favorites of all time is this wonderful, healthy woman who's teaching me how to lose my old lady fat and how to get stronger in the process. Batista, welcome to the Week of Kindness and Gratitude.
Thank you. I'm so honored and pleased to be here with you. Really, I'm very excited.
And we are too. And guess what? Congratulations on being our health and wellness category sponsor. Because I can't think of anybody better. And by the way, folks, if you haven't been over to the expo hall, I need you to go into StreamWorld, and it's easyway.awards.com, register, come join us, because Batista has a booth at the expo hall. We have a booth at the expo hall, and you're welcome to come see us, visit us, share all the fun stuff, put your phone on our QR code so you get more information. And the wrap-up party for our event on the 25th at night is going to be in the House of Grooves. So you are welcome to BYOW. I say bring your own water, whiskey, or wine, whatever you want, and let's have some fun at the House of Grooves. We're going to be dancing all night there. So anyway, Batista, thank you so much. Number one, for having the true faith in us and allowing us to welcome you to the world of our corporate sponsorship. Then I want to tell everybody a little bit about you, because they have no clue, what you've done, how much you've accomplished. I know that Stephen keeps telling everybody he's 75 years old, but he looks 50. So you've been blessed with an eternal fountain of youth.
That's right.
Tell me how did you start all this?
Okay, so I was a professional dancer, ballet and flamenco. So I started dancing when I was very young. My mother was a dancer, my father was a mime, and my whole life was about dancing. And it sounds very glamorous, but in actuality, it's a lot of hard work. And it's also very hard on the body. And, dancing, dieting, always having that stress to fit in the costumes. And then a couple of car accidents along the way. I ended up with a lot of injuries. I got to a point where my back was against the wall. I kind of thought, well, now I'm going to lose my career, because, I had chronic back pain for 35 years. I had a frozen shoulder. I had bad knees, Achilles. I mean, my body was really falling apart. And in my mid-40s, I started gaining weight. There was no more diets that would work. I'd been on diets my whole life as a dancer. And I also really believe in the power of prayer and positive thinking. And, I'm a meditator. And one day I had a moment of clarity. I was in a meditation group. The topic was body, mind, spirit integration. I looked around and I said, yeah, that's great, but my body's falling apart. And that body, mind, spirit integration topic all of a sudden took a whole other meaning. And I decided, no, I know too much. I've come too far. I need to find an answer to my body, that I was really losing the grip. And so I prayed really hard. I used every tool that I had ever learned over my many years of studying spirituality and metaphysical science and all these things. And the very next day, after making that intention, I met Stephen Hersey, who is also known as Dr. Fitness USA. To make a long story short, he gave me his conversation, which you will hear on the Week of Kindness, because he's here with an interview as well. And this conversation was bizarre, and I'm sure that you will find it unusual, because his philosophy is very different. I listened and I thought, when you pray for something and something comes your way, even if it doesn't look what you expect, then it's good to open the door. So I hired him.
Definitely.
A few weeks later, I was at Gold's Gym, Venice, with all the big bodybuilders. I was terrified. Ballet dancer versus bodybuilding, excuse me, was the last thing in my consciousness. Plus, I had so many injuries, and I was thinking, but I can't even lift a pound of anything. And now you want me to carry those big dumbbells? And it was so scary. But you know what happened is within a couple of weeks, my backache was gone. Then my shoulder healed, then my knees healed. I recovered my body, my weight stabilized. So I married him.
You had to punish him, didn't you?
That's a first. Usually people say, oh, you're a good catch. You reverse that. Okay, that was funny.
Please pardon me. I say that because when I give people the story of my husband and I was in my family. I was known as an incredible Trivia Pursuit person.
Okay.
And I need to say, I never did finish college. I have no degrees. I have nothing. But even the college graduate, my nieces and nephews would come over and they're like, we don't want to play with Tony. We're not playing with Tony. and they would say stuff like, how do you know all this stuff? And I'm like, I have no clue. Well, the only person that ever beat me at Trivia Pursuit was my husband. And I was like, how did he do that? It drove me nuts. So I had to punish him. I married him. So,
okay. I understand now. Yeah, very funny.
But listen, I love what you're saying because I have a beautiful niece who's in Austin who is a ballet dancer.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a dancer, but not to the level that she is. I mean, she's world-class level. So, of course, we have no toes. All of our toenails are broken into pieces. You know the rule.
I know.
And I actually took flamenco for 7 years. So I know exactly what you did. But I was a swimmer. But having gone through, 11 years ago, I went through H1N1. So I lost the use of my right lung. And so I had to learn how to talk again, walk again, just how to manage on half of your air versus a full 2 lungs worth, right? And so that has been an ongoing process for me. And it stopped a lot of the dancing and even the swimming that I love so much. And so I had to do my entire ability to exercise and even walk. Because I get very exhausted, and your muscles, when your muscles don't have air, they cramp.
Yes.
Right. Right. So even walking from one side of the mall to the other, which my husband used to love that I couldn't do that anymore. but it's things are different, and they're different, like you said, after 40, and they're different after 50, and they're even more different after 65. And so I'm wondering, what's left? How do I get back in shape, really?
Well, this is where the body design and the philosophy that Stephen has been teaching for over 55 years, he's actually, I like to call him more like a healer, because there is a misconception in the fitness industry about no pain, no gain, or personal training, or it's hard, or you got to push, And of course, I was the queen of that. Being a dancer, the show must go on, right? And really, the thing that sets Dr. Fitness USA's system apart from all of that is really, we teach a person never to do anything that's uncomfortable. We teach principles like reclaiming, like for a woman, the female energy, making that brain muscle connection and keeping the body grounded. And when you do that through ergonomics and certain special applications and exercise sequence, then the body really starts feeling safe, and you just reclaim your power. And when that happens, the body wants to heal. We are self-healing mechanism, the body, right?
Yeah,
So when you give it what it needs, it really wants to be well. And there is miracle in strength training when you can rebuild your strength in that way. Then some things happen to the brain. It rebuilds the brain also. So it rebuilds the body, but it also rebuilds the brain, and you can become incredibly strong. And that's what happened to me, and this is what I see happen to all our students. At first they and we work with a lot of adults and some seniors, and at first it's like scared, right? It's like, oh, but with the education that our system provides, within a very short time, the person actually is so comfortable in the gym environment. It's like they own the gym, right? And we have like ladies that are in their 70s that leg press 400 pounds very, very easily with no pain. As a matter of fact, we were on the phone with one of our student. She's in her 70s. She has very advanced osteoporosis, and she should be breaking bones left and right? Because she's at the most advanced stage. And she leg presses 400 pounds with no pain, nothing. Her muscular structure is strong, and even if she falls, which she did, she didn't break anything.
I'm stunned. My mom had that, and when we saw her X-rays, I mean, it looked like bird bones. There was like not a solid mass of bone anymore. It had holes in it. So you're saying that this woman can do that even with that? My mouth is wide open.
Yes, no, that's true. As a matter of fact, I always research. I love writing, so I write a lot, and I always research what I write about because I like to have the facts. Because I can tell you this, and that's my say, right? And whatever. So I like to see the science and the research, and there's more and more and more research done on the power of strength training for health. Okay, now understand that strength training really comes from bodybuilding, and it has a bad reputation in a way.
Right.
When you hear bodybuilding, you think big muscles, steroids, ugly, I don't know, whatever, but really it has evolved greatly since those days. Now, with the research and the science behind it, it's becoming the number one scientifically proven anti-aging sport, and especially for women. And talking about osteoporosis, the research shows that osteoporosis can be reversed with strength training, and they've done some testing, and in the research, it does tell you specifically how many times a week, how much you got to do, maximum load, and their time frame is about a year. So don't think that it's so easy that in a week you're going to be well, right?
Right.
Okay, so it takes time. And for your information and for the audience, is bone mass peaks at 18 years old for women and 20 for men, or vice versa, I don't remember, but it's in that time range. So it's very important for teenagers to start strength training and get their bone mass and their muscle mass in check, because after that, it's the process of degeneration. Okay.
I thought it was like in your 30s. So that's even earlier. I'm familiar with the human growth hormone and things like that. And they say that everything changes after 30.
Yeah.
But you have scientific evidence that it really changes in your 20s. Obviously.
Yes. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I have an article. If you go to our website, under the media tab, drfitnessusa.com/media, there's all my articles, and one is osteoporosis, and you would definitely want to read that.
I am going to. I absolutely am. But let me ask you something else. So I'm very familiar because I've done a lot of casting and found models and things. So we have all these bodybuilder types, right? That are and don't hate me, but they look very manly.
Yes.
There's I don't you don't look like that, and you're their trainer, right? So
Okay.
what's the difference between the bodybuilder woman and someone who looks just like a beautiful person without all the extra muscle?
Yeah. Okay. So this is where the misconceptions come. Those female bodybuilders that compete or have that look very often take steroids and drugs to look that way, because women don't have enough testosterone to build this kind of muscles naturally. It's impossible. Okay, so that's the first misconception. If you look at bodybuilders that are natural, that don't take any hormones, or fitness competitors, the natural way, then they would never have that type of real bulky masculine look. It doesn't happen. Having said that, I want to make a distinction also that it's possible to, with that balanced system, it's possible to overtrain certain parts of the body and to create an unbalanced physique. Okay. And this is where the body design comes. If you look at our before and after pictures, every woman that has ever walked through our doors end up with, even if they've become very muscular, I'm very muscular. I leg press 650 pounds once a week.
You just blow me away. I know.
Yeah. So I have muscles.
Tiny ballet dancers leg pressing 650 pounds.
And loving it. And it puts my back into place too, by the way, because of the ergonomics. So I have no more injuries, no more back pain, no more any of this. But having said that, is when every woman that passes through our doors end up, even if they're very muscular, end up with a balanced physique that is very feminine. That's body design.
I love it. No, you've got all the right answers, including the myths and the questions and things. And wow, I can't think of a better health and fitness sponsor than you guys. And you're doing so many wonderful things. Now, haven't you just launched a TV show or a podcast?
Yes, actually, January 19th.
So a couple of days ago.
Yes, a couple of days ago. And we're so exciting. Our show is actually on the Easy Way TV network and podcast. And our show is exercise is medicine, strength training is stronger medicine. So we want to educate people about the power of strength training for anti-aging. But what is really unique about our show is that we want to bridge medical professionals, fitness professionals, and business professionals. So our guests are doctors, scientists, researchers, but they are also business people that have adopted a healthy lifestyle and know that it's part of being successful, right? Because really, truly, if you don't have your health, then you can not have wealth, right? Because you can. And then we also interview survivors of tragedies that have recovered. Like our first guest is a young lady. She's now 32. 3 years ago, she was the sole survivor of a plane crash. And she was told that she would never walk again. And she's walking. She's still undergoing third surgery. She broke every bone. She broke her spine. It's a very sad story, but her spirit and her desire to overcome are so great. And so our show, we want to really inspire and elevate people to know that where there's a will, there's a way, and that strength training and a healthy lifestyle will definitely get you there.
And I've heard so many. Well, actually, my big sister was that way. She cracked her spine in a diving accident at the age of 17 and 18, and she was in a wheelchair, had 3 back surgeries. Each one was told, "You're never going to walk again," and she did it every single time. She was told, "Never have children. You cannot support them. You cannot do that." And she had 2 children, and And all of this while she was undergoing, hepatitis treatments and things like that from a tainted blood supply during one of her surgeries. And so I mean, I've heard of them because I lived with my sister and saw everything she went through. But you're a sole survivor. I mean, that I love it when people just don't listen to the
Yes.
naysayers. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I see a lot of that in you. I see your spirit. It's there. It's like, go ahead, tell me I can't do it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is very exciting. So yeah, and we have many other guests coming up. We are launching one episode per week, so on Thursdays. So just tune in because we have amazing stories, and really, a lot of times we hear things like, oh, I couldn't work out because I have no time, or I have a backache, or my children come first, or my website needs to be redone. When my business does better, then I'll go work out. You know what I mean? There's so many excuses, and I got to tell you that the excuses. Did you hear the saying? The road to hell is paved with people with good intentions.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, if you make it sound, first of all, you make it sound like it's an easy thing to do. Number two, like, how many hours a week do you do this? What's the myth associated with working out versus the reality?
Yeah, okay. So people think that they have to work out all the time, that it's hard, that they have to sweat. The more you sweat, the better it is. Really, in our system, it's more like a meditation. You have to have the tools and the education of how to do it. But really, when you do it efficiently and you can increase your strength so dramatically, okay, that strength stays with you. So typically, we would say 3 times a week, for maybe half an hour, 45 minutes.
Okay.
Some like this, sometimes more, sometimes less. We have a motto, and it's train a lot, rest a lot. A lot of times people are overlooking the power of rest. Okay, so when we hear people say, oh yeah, I work out every day, we go, okay, that's not necessarily the answer, because the body actually rebuilds itself during the rest period. So rest is very, very important. So 3 times a week, that's good. With a good program, it can be done in 30, 45 minutes, because understand that when you have the education, you have a map, and we call the body design the GPS, right, to your destination, to your transformation, because you know what to do. Then you make the most out of that time.
So let me ask you, I imagine it's difficult to create a program for when people are doing it away from you, like on a Zoom, or, I mean, if they're not there at your place. I get the impression that we have to go to your place, kind of thing.
We got everything done online. So this is what happened. When I had my recovery, if you want, that was in like 15 years ago, my vision was to offer this program to more people. And so I picked Stephen's brain, I studied, I became a personal trainer, I taught the program, I did everything because I wanted to be able to duplicate and offer this to more people. So we put our first online programs in 2017. So that was pre-pandemic. So we were a little bit ahead of the game with the technology and all that, but we've perfected it ever since. So, and we have a system, and the system works. You see, it's difficult if you don't have a system and you don't know what you're doing, but we have a system and we know what we're doing. So we are able to take somebody from scratch, people that maybe don't even know anything about training, or even professionals that have trained for many, many, many years. Those sometimes are harder because they need to break habits.
Right. Right.
Okay. But we can take them on a Zoom. We have an app with about 400 customized videos that we shot ourselves over the years with exactly how we want people to do the exercises. We study their gym environment because we encourage people to work out in the gym, because in the gym you have the tools. I can't press 650 pounds at home.
Right. Obviously. Yeah. So
You
you
know?
do need some of the tools. So you get them to at least go and
Yes.
try out what they're learning. Yeah.
So what we do is we look at their zip code, where they live. We look at whatever gym is around. We know.
That's why you asked me what I was close to. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So because we know not every gym is created equal, there are certain brand name gyms that we know have better equipment. And
Right.
so we look what's around, and then sometimes we can go in with a virtual camera and see, oh, they have that machine. See, Steven knows every piece of equipment that was ever built. So when he looks at your body and he looks at the gyms and what equipment is in there, he can right away say, oh, she can do this, she can do this. And then we can build a program for you. Then we do Zoom calls, then you have access to our apps, and then we have communication. So it's very personalized. So it's not like you're getting some videos that, and you don't have communication. So we work very closely with our students.
So folks, here in the US, we have something called the Silver Sneakers program. So if you're 65 years and older, I mean, our gym memberships are free. And that saves some people $100 a month. And so if you haven't started doing that because you didn't know what to do, my favorite excuse is I'm a swimmer. I know what to do in the water. I have no clue what to do on land. So these gyms, if they don't have a pool, I don't go, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, you need us. You see, the problem with silver sneakers is great, right? But the problem is there is not a real systems for seniors to build their strength the way we're talking about. So what happens oftentimes in the silver sneakers, you see all these senior people in the workout room, in a group, sitting in chairs and doing things, that are not really going to impact their body with the strength that we're talking about, that it really takes to stay young. So So it's just a lack of education and awareness. And this is part of our mission, is to educate and that awareness,
I think the saddest thing you can give me, and this is personal opinion, guys, I don't want all kinds of hate letters, but the saddest thing that I see is the senior programs where they're sitting down and the most of the stuff that they do is like moving your arms around to get your bones to stop cracking like this. And I'm like, what? You can do that at home.
So you have a whole gym environment with hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment where somebody can sit and do a little bit of weight, press, do something where the body is supported, and then build strength. And so, it's really, that needs to change. We need to take better care of our seniors. Hey, I'm a senior.
Yeah. No. You're too pretty. No.
How old is qualify for senior?
65.
Okay, I'm not quite a senior.
No, I'm just doing 60 or 62 or something.
Yeah, I just turned 63, so I'm almost a senior.
Oh, you're old enough to be my little sister. There you go. So now here's something else. I can't let you go without asking you, because everybody and their mother has a diet plan. So what's the truth on, I mean, I keep hearing about keto, and then I keep hearing about vegan, and then I keep hearing, and I'm like, I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. I just want to lose weight.
Yeah. Okay. So there is so much controversy on this. Okay. So much controversy. So I'll say, if you're allergic to something, don't eat it. Okay. If you're allergic to peanuts, don't eat peanuts. All right. But in terms of vegan, meat, keto, fat-free, this is the problem. When you take something out of your diet, there is an imbalance that starts happening on some level. Okay. And then the body reacts, and then it's like a domino effect. So the diet is better off being balanced the good old fashioned way. Your protein, your carbs, your healthy fats. Now, the misconception, okay, about losing weight and being vegan or eating meat and all these things, and I have an article on that too, so you want to go to that link and read my articles, is this: the body requires a good amount of protein for the muscles to be healthy. And what people are not aware is that muscles actually supplies all the amino acids for your body, for all your organs to be healthy. So when you lose muscle mass, and if you do strength training or if you don't, but you don't eat enough protein, then you're not providing your body with the nutrients it needs to be healthy. So if you're trying to lose weight and you're on a vegan diet, then it would take a lot of vegan protein to amount to that number of protein you need, which would add a lot of calories, and it would really be hard to lose weight efficiently. Okay, so for a healthy diet that is a muscle, that takes care of your muscles, then it's best to eat high quality protein, and high quality protein is found in meat, in poultry, in eggs. Okay, so people say, yeah, but we eating meat creates cancer and this and that. It's not eating meat that creates cancer. It's the abuse. It's the hormones that's put in the meat. It's it's all the lifestyle of the that
the animal. Yeah, the animal.
That creates cancer, not a good grass-fed, well-treated animal source. So I say we need to go back to basic and re-establish order on the planet, basically.
So Batista, how would I know, for example, if I'm going to my local grocery store and I've got, you've got in our state, in Texas, we've got the Nolan Ryan grass-fed beef, kind of thing. And then you've got all the regular stuff. How would I know? Am I looking for a leaner protein, less fat?
Yeah, if you're trying to lose weight, then you definitely want to do that. You can have lean turkey, you can have grass-fed beef or things like that. When we eat meat, I like often to buy kosher because I think that it's more humane. So, we try to do what we can to not participate in the perpetuating the animal cruelty and all this. So there is a certain amount of consciousness that you need to apply. Okay. Yeah.
No, I do like that. So this is, you've given us some really good, and I feel like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to cut you off at 30 minutes. I want to know more.
Okay.
Hey, you've got connections. So
you got it. I'm here.
let me ask. So my son goes to the gym, and I find that it helps him manage stress levels. It helps him manage, he really does want to get healthier. He's 40 years old, so he's really worried about the tummy and what he's going to look like and that kind of thing, right? So how effective is really going to the gym, working out with stress management?
It's the best thing you can do for managing stress, because when you do strength training and when you do exercise in general also, but there's always that added kick with the strength training, right? Is it releases a massive amount of neurochemicals to the brain. All right. So you get the endorphins and you get all this good stuff. It regenerates the brains. As a matter of fact, I interviewed a doctor, and she said it's like fertilizer to the brain. I love that. Right. So it's instant stress release, especially when you do it on our program, the Dr. Fitness USA program, because we don't do the no pain, no gain, because you can also overdo it and add stress to your body. Okay. So,
and that's what I'm seeing develop.
Yes.
In him.
Yeah. So you don't want to do that. So that's why I say that no pain, no gain mentality that really has to go, and really to take the time to rest in between and acknowledge the body. But when you do that and you do strength training, really, it's like the happy hormones just flood your brain. And it's also, what's interesting about this is that it also recreates pathways in the synapses, in the memory region of the brain. And there's research that shows that it can also reverse or prevent neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer. And so I think that's huge. The research that shows that above any research and any other modality that has been done, strength training specifically has been proven to actually do that. So I think for brain health, there is no better way, and for stress management.
I love that. Absolutely. Now, this is a gift giveaway, and I know you've got a gift for there's two categories, guys. So this is my pitch. Sorry about that. But we have our sponsors, people like Dr. Fitness and Batista. That's the reason that you have a free ticket. They have covered that for you. So every single person that comes to our event has a free ticket. And you all get a gift from all of our speakers. But for those of you who, number one, want more time to see these, take notes, get the fullest advantage to watching 50, 60 speakers on this event, you can do it on your own time. You get access to all the speakers and all the gifts for 1 year. And it's $97 to get a ticket, of which 10% of that goes to the Better Vision for Children Fund. So our goal is to raise $10,000 this year through all of our events and all of our friends to help us create that and accomplish that. So the next thing I need to tell you about is to go ahead and upgrade to your VIP ticket, because with a VIP ticket, you get VIP gifts. So there's a higher level of gift that gets given to you, and you have access to that. And then for all of those, everyone here, my marketing brain turns on and tells my speakers, you know what, if you already know that Batista is someone you want to work with, and you don't need the free gift and you don't need anything, you know what, we'll let you know what offer the Dr. Fitness is giving you, and you have access to that as well. So if you want to start working with them right away, they're going to give you an offer you can't refuse. So here we go. Batista, what is your general VIP gift?
Okay, so the general gift for not the VIP, but the general gift is our 6-week fat loss plan. And you're going to hear about and read about how much protein you need and just what we touched on in this interview. So you'll be able to get deeper into that and get that, that taken care of. So you can start on the way to losing fat, which a lot of people want, even people who are skinny. It's funny, they still want to lose weight. So that's the first gift. And then for the VIP, and that's a value of $22. So you can there's a coupon code somewhere, 22 off, I think.
All the links are underneath. This is your speaker page. So they're
okay. So there's the link. So you put the coupon and you get that free. Then the VIP gift is a program that we developed during pandemic, and it's the time to zoom out program, because we found that a lot of people are on the computer on Zoom and they are getting their butt stuck to the chair. So in this zoom out program, it's a 5-day plan to start recovering, repairing, and reclaiming your body. So every day you have a 10-minute activity that you can do very easily at home. Okay. And at the end of the week, then you get you can put it all together, and you would have about a half an hour workout routine that you can do at home. So it starts very gently and moderately, so you can start getting your body back. At the end, you have a full half an hour routine, and I put a bonus in there, and that's preventing or reversing carpal tunnel.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I had carpal tunnel myself when we started putting our programs online, just because being on the computer so much, and I have no more carpal tunnel. And there's very easy way to reverse it without surgery or anything. And so I put that in that Zoom Out program, the carpal tunnel prevention and rehabilitation. That has a value of $297. And so you can also, with a coupon, you can have that for.
Oh, Batista, that's wonderful. So you guys, there's your VIP gift. There's your regular gift for everybody else. I highly encourage you. And from what I understand, as of right now, we're looking at about $45,000 in VIP gifts. So yes, for $97, it's a no-brainer. Plus you give 10% to the Better Vision for Children Fund. Now, let's get down to business, Batista. What is your offer? If somebody knows, like me, that right now we want to go to work with you, what do we do?
Yeah, okay. So the best way to start right now is on our cart in the academy.drfitnessusa.com. We have 2 programs that are done in the gym. And if you heard my conversation, you understand that we're very, very pro gym, okay? Because the tools, and you can really increase your strength dramatically. So we have a 3-day program, one for women and one for men. Okay, there's 2 different programs, and they consist in a 3-day program. So day 1, day 2, day 3. So that's based on going to the gym 3 times a week for about half an hour to 45 minutes each. So that's the plan. And it is in our cart now for $1,444. And this is a do-it-yourself kind of program that we sell, and people that just want to get their feet wet, they want to do it. So on this particular program, I'm going to give anybody that want to jump in, I'm going to give $500 off, okay, with a coupon code as well. But I also want to include a couple of coaching sessions to really steer you in the right direction, okay, and really learn how to use the plan and guide you through, the jungle that is the gym, okay? And that has easily a value of a couple of $1,000s right there. So for basically less than $1,000, you can get the coaching session, you can get the program, and you can really be on your way to recover your health, regain your strength, and doing it the right way.
I love that. And what's funny is that when you first go to the gym, I mean, they're trying to sell you individual trainers, and they run about $100, every time you go in. So guys, this is it. It's a proven program. I love the idea. Plus you get to work with Batista herself in her gorgeous beauty. and don't forget to go to drfitness.com and start looking at the articles that she's written. And then, of course, the programs they've got there. Batista, any last words for all of our viewers that you want to share about the Week of Kindness and Gratitude?
Yes, of course. If your mind can conceive it and your heart can believe it, then the Dr. Fitness USA's show will inspire you to achieve it. Get involved, get educated. You can tap into the fountain of youth the way I did. And trust me, it feels good.
And guys, the only thing that I can say that would make this more fun is bring a friend, because this could be fun. Batista, thank you so much. I absolutely adore you. I think this is a great promotion, great gifts. And I'm really curious about what you did. So I'm going to go check it out myself. Everyone, we'll see you on the next episode. Don't forget to let Batista know how you felt about the interview, and we'd love to hear from you as well. Goodbye for right now. See you soon.
I hope you enjoyed that just as much as I did. Thank you so much for all of that great information. Hey, we're not done yet, so just relax. We're going to continue on with our next speaker in just a few moments.